Good evening, all of our Facebook fans. Thank you for tuning in to another Community Heroes interview. And as you know, our mission is to bring awareness to the special needs and risk population, and always finding those unique stories that highlight inclusion for this population. So, as I'm trying to bring new stories for the new year, I was very interested in our next guest that I'm about to interview and their business. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce Miss Sophie of So Yes Clothing. Thank you for joining us today, Sophie.
Not a problem. Thank you
So,
for having me.
oh, thank you. And by the way, for everyone tuning in, she's from Belgium, so this is kind of big. I was at like a groupie a few seconds ago. uh, my first question is Sophie is you and Jessie. Can you kind of tell me a little bit about your hometown where you grew up? And
Well, we live in Belgium, so we live in a small town in the west of Flanders. It's near Bruges. I don't know if you know Bruges, but sometimes they say it's like a little Venice from Italy. So it's a nice city, but we live in a small village nearby. So yeah, Jessie and I don't live in the same village, but we live at 20 minutes away from each other, 20-minute drive. Me, I am 35 years old. Jessie is 39. Me, I'm the youngest of three, and the only girl in the family. And then Jessie has a younger sister. So we had a very normal youth, happy youth, though. So it's we had lucky. We have a great youth.
uh, okay, so my next question, I would like to know this. Can you give us a little bit of information about your professional and educational background?
Educational background?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's a bit the same. Well, I had a classic education. I studied in the in the secondary school. I studied languages and math, and then afterwards I went to high school to study occupational therapy for 3 years. And actually, yes, he did the same things, but in other schools. So we don't know each other from high school or something. We just met as colleagues.
Okay. So um, now, and if you don't mind, I would like to know a little about your work experience. Your occupational background.
Okay. Well, Jessie and I worked together for more than 10 years in the same hospital. It's actually a rehabilitation center. Um, I started 15 years ago, so I have already a little bit of experience. And Jessie started 20 years ago. So actually, together we worked more than 10 years together, and now we work together with SOES for 4 years or 5 years. Yes. So in the rehabilitation center, we have a lot of patients with amputees, Parkinson's disease, people with spinal cord injuries, hemiplegia, and so on. So it was very different, very different of people with disabilities we've seen, all adults. And that's why we came up with the idea of our clothing, that there was a really lack of clothes in Belgium for these people.
Um, and if you don't mind, I would like to ask a question because as I'm getting the information from you, is having just think of other questions, but you just explained to us how just being an occupational therapist, you was exposed to a lot of different disabilities and things like that. And I was just curious as you were growing up, um, were you exposed to disabilities on any type of level as you were coming up, or was it just more so as you got as an adult and you just kind of realized you had a passion for working for that population?
Yeah, well, we wanted to help people. We wanted to work in the healthcare, and that's why we chose the profession. It's as occupational therapist. It's always our goal to look at someone independently and look at the case of how can we make someone so independent as possible. How can he live with his disabilities, and most of all, which abilities does he have to be able to do some things like dressing, like taking care of himself or herself. So that's really important. And that's what's really interesting about our profession. How can we make someone as independent and comfortable as possible?
Right. Okay. So now can you tell me a little bit about your business? So yes.
Of course. Well, we have our own clothing line started in 2016, like almost 5 years ago. We have our own web shop. So it's soyes.com, and it's also translated in a couple of languages like French, German, and English. And we also distribute our clothes to special care, healthcare shops, pharmacies, home care shops, all shops where we think it's important that everyone who is selling our products has the same background as we have. So they are all people who are specialized in people with disabilities, also occupational therapists, people that can give the same advice as we should give them. So that's really something important to us. So we will not have distribution points of people that can't give the right advice to the people.
You know that is such an awesome idea. To make sure, like you said, that if your brand is going to be represented as a specialist that can give some information to that customer that's buying your product. So
Yes.
so that's almost like an extra bonus because you would have to pay to see a specialist in any
Yeah.
other circumstance.
Like
Um,
we get a lot of questions from people that don't have anything to do with our clothing line, but they just ask, do you know something that could help us by putting on and off socks or shoes or something? So we really like the fact that people just ask everything about clothes, even if we don't sell it, but we can give them advice. You can buy it over there, or this exists, or can you try to adjust it by just putting on some elastics or something. So we have a lot of experience about that, and that is what makes us unique in this business. We are not people that were born as entrepreneurs, or we were not born to in fashion industry. No, it's just because of we started from the problem, and we can give the advice that people need.
yeah. So you kind of touched on what I was going to ask you already. I was going to ask about your inspiration for your business, but I will give you the opportunity if you want to just get, kind of add anything else if you want to.
Oh, well, it's obvious that it's in our job that we were confronted a lot with people with disabilities that have troubles wearing clothes. Like, for instance, someone who has only one functional arm, how does he close a jacket? Well, we have now looked for solutions, but there weren't any. So that's why we tried to find them, and we told each other from it's necessary. Let's think about solutions, and if there aren't, why don't we do it ourselves? So that inspired us really to help these people. And because the problem was there was nothing here in Belgium or in the Netherlands, the other countries around, we started it, that inspired us the most. Like people in wheelchair users with a bare back, we couldn't see that. We really thought there must be a solution. Another adaptive jeans or pants, they all were wearing like pants like sports trousers, like trainings and so on. So that was something we really wanted to help them. So our inspiration was really from our clients. And now the inspiration, as we are really continuing for 4 or 5 years, all the feedback that we get from our clients by mail, by phone, helps us to create some new things.
So my next question is, the So Yes company and brand, have you guys thought about branching out towards the states and other countries?
Well, the first years were really about setting up a range of clothes that we could sell here in Belgium, Netherlands. But now we are really ready to expand it and to sell the items, or giving other people the chance to learn how our clothes are and to feel them. So we are really ready to expand it. But unfortunately, at the US, we don't have any distribution points already. You can find some at Patty and Ricky, but it's not that we have a lot of a collection in the US, so you can feel and touch and try things out. So yeah, those who are interested may apply.
Yeah, well, maybe I think it would be great if maybe in the emerging years we see this brand here. Just as a side note, I have myosin deficient muscular dystrophy, and so as you see, my posture is severe where it causes me to slump over. So the pants that you guys create that has the elastic around the sides. I always tell my wife I don't like wearing jeans because jeans always will cut into my side. But the kind of pants that you guys have created has the bungee elastic side, so and but it has the jean look, and you really can't find those around here. You have to look for it. They have them for kids, not more so adults.
Mhm.
So when I saw this on your website, I was like, finally a store that understands that if you're disabled and sometimes you know your posture, you can't wear corduroy pants or jeans or pants that have buttons in the front because the button
Mhm.
might dig into that area. Um, so, and I was just excited when I saw that. So I had to put that little side note in this interview. But moving on to my next question. The next question um, I like to ask is, what things do you guys go through for the fitting process of your clothes, like to better word that, um, what things do you look for whenever you're trying to get the proper fit for your clothing?
Mm. Well, it's obvious that one person, if they try one pants, it's not always the right pants for the right person. So it's necessary to have a lot of different types of pants, because one person is not like another one. We don't have pants that are really, I would say, just for one person. We can't adapt to one person, but because we have a big range of pants and a big, very different styles of pants. There's always someone that is fitting right with the right adaptations. So, but what it's important. So how do we start with looking for a pants? Well, we had a lot of feedback from our clients. We have a lot of people we know here in our environment with disabilities. So we asked them, what do you think about this pants? What is going well? What is going wrong? What do you miss? And that gives us an idea of another pants that really has to be done in our collection. So we get feedback from our clients. We try to find solution for the problems they tell us. Then we ask for a prototype, and then we don't do it ourselves. We have people who do this for us much better than we would. but we try to just give them an idea. We just try to we start to cut in the pants, and we try to show what differences we want in the pants, and then they make a prototype. We keep on adjusting this because of the feedback of our clients. They try everything out. We already have a lot of people who can try out a pants for us or other clothes. And about their opinion, we try to change them. We have to say that sometimes we have to change a product for 4, 5, 6 times before we start a production yet. So it takes about a year to start a new type of pants. So it's really not that easy to start up another pants in the range. No, it's really not that simple. We want to do it right. We want to do it the right way. So that takes time.
Yeah. And then it says a lot about the product that you're getting. Like I said, just the fact that, there's involvement from the targeted population. There's, revisions, numerous revisions and testing. And like you said, the fact that, it can go as far as a year, show that the end product is something that you guys are proud of. Um, my next question I wanted to ask is, as your company started to develop, what are some of the resources that really helped in kind of putting So Yes together?
I think because we know a lot of people with disabilities, it's like a team. A team, so yes, not only Jessie and I, but really a team of a lot of people who help us by having a lot of discussions, many years of experience, of course. We have a good understanding of the problems to start with. And besides the people we know who can try the things out and the people with disabilities who give us feedback. We also have a lot of people that work with us to help us to get to make the right decisions. I think it's important to be surrounded by people who know things better than you can. We don't want to do everything ourselves if someone else is better in it. So we have some help from people that are good in branding or good in the production of the clothes, of all these things. It's not only Jessie and me, but we are with a big group of people that all have their responsibility like this. Yes.
Um, well, this question is, so since you started So Yes, can you name like some of the major milestones, or was there a major goal that you guys wanted to achieve at the beginning?
In the beginning, every step was already for us a milestone. So our cooperation with different distribution points was really something that we thought it was a milestone. So not only our web shop, but really healthcare shops that wanted our clothes, that were interested. That was really something a big news for us. That the more people who could have our clothes, could feel it, that was really important to us, because on the web shop, some people find it difficult to buy because they can't feel it, they can't try it out. And the more places where our clothes can be found, the better, of course. So that was important. So we hope, besides of Europe, we can start having our clothes in other sides of the world too. And another milestone is that we will, in the future, in the near future, we will start working with other partners too, with other brands, because here in Belgium and in Europe, we don't have a lot of possibilities. And to help the people more and more, we will start to cooperate with other brands. So I can't tell which brands or which things we will have, but if you follow us on Facebook or Instagram, you will be the first to know. because it will be a big news. So we will expand our range in a short period of time.
Yeah. Um, I initially was going to wrap it up, but as we were talking, I realized I didn't ask the question, how did you guys come up with the name? So yes, and I think I know, but I learned that I should never assume. So I'm gonna let you explain that.
Well, it's not that difficult. So my name is Sophie and my colleague is Jessie. So that's really easy. So yes.
Yeah,
But
I kind of
also we wanted a name that was positive, that didn't mention something about disability or handicap, or no, it's important that it's a positive message. So it's like, so yes, actually, finally we have some clothes that fit. That's
yeah,
what, that's something we thought it was important. It has to be a positive brand, a positive message. So we talk about yes instead of no.
yeah. And I kind of figured that myself. Let me, I've been married for 8 years now, so I learned along the way. Sometimes I think I know I'm wrong, so I said I listen to my wife's voice. My wife's voice popped in my head. She's like, always telling me you need to ask. So but I'm gonna wrap this up. The last thing is for all of the listeners that will listen to this interview, uh can you please tell them how they can connect you and follow you and the So Yes brand?
So they can follow us at Facebook or Instagram. Instagram is more for worldwide in English. So you can follow us there. It's just So Yes Adaptive Clothing. And we have our web shop, soyes.com, where you can see all of our products. You can see also our details from email address or phone number if someone would have a question. And if someone would be interested in buying something, they can always contact us, because we are always looking for the cheapest way to send it to abroad. So just contact us and we will find the right solution.
Well, and always for our listeners, go to our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, our other platforms. Follow us, like us. Definitely on the YouTube channel. Like, comment, and please subscribe so you can stay up to date with this interview and all the other ones we have coming up throughout the year. Thank you for taking the time to listen.
Was that a bit okay?